everybody, it's Anna. Welcome to our first tarot story of 2022. We start with the Tuesday card because I didn't get a card up yesterday. And it is the 10 of Swords. So I know this card looks a bit grim. We have a man lying face down on a seashore with 10 swords in his back. So clearly it is a scene that depicts death. But this is a 10 card in the tarot, which is about completion, fulfillment, and achieving your goal. So even though it looks to be a grim card, it is actually a very positive communication. Also, swords are connected to the mind. They're about ideas, beliefs, mindsets, and paradigms. So the death here isn't an actual death. It's a death of an old structure, an old mindset, or an old paradigm. So really, we're at this point, we're discovering that the mind has been working its way through a releasing of the old to be renewed into the new. And that actually is the work of the Swords trajectory. If you look all the way through, you can see there is this kind of constant struggle to get free of restriction, free of old ideas, free of fears or beliefs or assumptions, so the mind can sort of stay light on its feet and be able to accompany the intuition as it moves forward. So the mind is always like the place where the greatest challenge of change and movement happens with the mind, because the mind really does kind of settle really comfortably into structure, and it's not always very excited to abandon that structure. But by the time we get to this point, the mind has done a good job. It's passed through all its challenges. It's released all its stuck points. It's been healed by the soul's love. And now it is at a point of release, which is really what the death moment shows, a moment of release where the mind is now free from what it's been trying to get free from. So, in this card, we see that there is a sunrise in the horizon, which tells us that something new is about to begin. And as I said before, there is a sea. I mentioned this a lot of times with the Swords cards, that if you look at all of the Swords cards, there is often water somewhere in the card. And that is because water connects to intuition. And it suggests that in this moment of struggle or challenge or opportunity, the intuition is coming in to partner with the mind to help it move forward, which is really important because the mind by itself is very quickly gets stuck. So it needs to be kind of elevated into this new vision of things. And that's what the intuition can do. They can work together in partnership. So at this moment, in the 10 point of the sword trajectory, it tells us the mind has done all of its work. So we're ready to start something new. Even though you've completed the work, you can still get stuck here, because at this point, the mind can be concerned about what happens next. When we let go of that old thing, what happens next? And the mind will try to figure out what happens next. The sea reminds us that the next step, the mind won't know the next step. It's not the mind's job to figure out what the next step is. We're not going to come up with a plan of action or a strategy or even find a new mindset yet. What we're doing right now is getting off the dry land that the mind is used to, the stable, predictable dry land, getting in a boat and going on the sea and allowing the sea to carry us. In other words, allowing the intuition to open up the next part of our journey. And so the mind, which has done all this work and is now at rest, we can encourage it to stay at rest, to relax. All is well. It's done a great job to get you this far. It's really met all of its challenges. It's accomplished what it needed to accomplish. And now it can rest and wait for orders, for the next set of orders, which isn't going to come right now. So whatever you've been working on with your mind, whatever your mind has done to release, like allow yourself to rest in that release. Allow your mind to rest into that release. If it starts getting nervous or anxious, or just try to gently soothe it, remind it that it's done a good job, that the next thing is opening up. And it's not the mind's responsibility to figure that out for you. It's the mind's responsibility right now to rest, to enjoy its victory, and to see where the boat leads. So that's our first card for 2022. See you for our next one tomorrow. Bye.